What's up, guys? This is Cheney here, coming at you with another message from the Pleiadians, of course. Who other than the Pleiadians? I would just like to start this discussion off with my own input. Just for a couple minutes here, I'll go ahead and read what I have to say here. Quantum physics is allowing us humans to understand the lines of time. Quantum mechanics explains how our past and future are entangled into our present. The way I perceive the source of my intuition from my higher self is that I am receiving information sent from a source of myself that has much greater access to the eternity of my being. The information I receive from the Pleiadians is traveling through the past and into a probable future that I, Cheney, have incarnated on the Pleiadian star system. The Pleiadians have come back in time to current day Earth with the meaning to shift a trajectory of probability that humanity is currently on. The reason why you must maintain a high vibratory resonance to access information, whether it be received from the body, mind, heart, or external experience, is because your future incarnations are comprised of higher dimensionality and a beingness of magnified frequencies that you, as a human, cannot access reliably unless you reach and maintain a threshold of higher frequency. The constant battle of the voices in your mind are effectively different resonance waves of probability competing to be broadcast through the receptacle device of your body. In example, your actions, words, and attitude. The exceptional ability to interpret information coming through into your awareness is paramount. Learning your individual method that is designed for you to embody and listen and then receive and accept what is given from your environment is very important. The application of this data and how you will give back to your environment is your next step in receiving more. What we can offer to you as humans currently is the gift of hindsight. For you to understand your history and the current predicament you are in, you must trace back the strings that control your musculature grasp on reality. What we mean by this, human, is the ability to adapt to your escalating environmental stressors. Both cosmic and planetary weather are going through massive paradigm shifts, and your survival is imperative for you to help usher in the new possibility for Gaia and the new energies. Placement of your own thoughts, awareness, and mental projection are of the essence. You have seen this on your news and other forms of political and social forums. We welcome you to the new possibility to receiving help within your own matrix of innate intelligence and divine cosmic awareness. What we have seen is that you can perform diverse tasks, multitasking, and accomplish a great many things in your lifetime, but your own sense of fulfillment does not correlate with how much you accomplish or the possessions you acquired. Instead, many of you have found at your later years of living on Earth that the acceptance of yourself and others is more important to you than any car, house, or ideal spouse. I think the acceptance of others is what they're trying to say. I may have misinterpreted that. But anyway, we don't mean tolerance from others. We mean unwavering devotion and procurement of your now. The gift of what is here for you in the moment, the conscious thought, the material resources, the beauty, the wisdom, the experience, all here to greet you with the gifts of all creation. This is no small responsibility. What you have learned to accept is your own place here amongst your unique role as it is, to inaugurate your stewardship for the Mother Earth. The changing of hands are in the midst. Your country of the United States has seen a dramatic and unexpected turn of power and responsibility for this great land of America. What you need to encounter on a physical level is the changing of events that you are experiencing in your politics, economies, health, population, electronics, energy, and medicine. What we have said in the past as applied to all of these different aspects of your living style here on Earth. However, what we would like to say today about the current state of affairs is that these aspects and your paradigms are turning upside down. What you thought was going to be good or the right thing to do might not end up the way you expected it to, because you are constantly being bombarded with infinite potentials and are experiencing an opening of a timeline pool. Different forms of intelligence, all here right now on Earth as of January 22nd, 2010, all of which competing for a chance to persuade you and influence your now, therefore forever changing the future and past of humanity. All the distractions, the information, the disinformation, the technology that people have no idea how it works is all part of a plot to steer you into a probability, or a prob, as Pleiadians like to say, at the whim of your war criminals, perpetrators, tyrannical overlords. All of these beings, formless and non-apparent at the current moment, are trying to get your attention and buy into their own perception of reality. Earth and human is at a vulnerable state currently, and if humans do not know how to protect themselves and stay strong in their own truth, humanity can be taken along for a perilous expenditure that will leave them confused, scatterbrained, and fragmented much more than they are currently experiencing at this space-time. That's something I cannot even fathom. So, I know it is hard for some of you to imagine what that would look like. Chuckle, we like to kid with all this strenuous talk about duty and responsibility. It'd be hard for some of you to imagine what that looked like, because your own reality is latent with dismal thinking and catastrophe that you cannot logically draw any conclusions to. But we must say this, and that is, you are going to be all right. Some very comforting words. This passage of Earth through the portal of self-activation is allowing of this immense probability to take shape and take form with each individual first, and then as a collective consciousness. As more and more of you turn to electronics and processes that you cannot even understand how they function, you are becoming more and more susceptible to subjugating yourselves to forces that you do not understand. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? The melding of minds with robots is what they added there. This is not to be understated. What the future holds for some of you is worlds apart from what the future holds for most of you. I don't know what that means. The experience is unique, yet it is shared reality that manifests in a profound and real way. What we are describing here is your ability to discern. This ability to navigate your surroundings and the constant influx of your information and energetic centers are to be regulated, disciplined, intentional, and yet at the same time allowing of your own excitement and passion to pervade all of this new information, whether right, wrong, good, bad, or ugly. And they like to add here, we like John Wayne and his warrior ways. And then It's actually Clint Eastwood. So I don't know. That's just something I received intuition. So anyway, it's supposed to be a joke. What we suggest to each of you individuals is to encounter each situation with this question: am I living my truth? Am I accomplishing what I'm here to do? Am I sustaining myself and my right to be here on earth with the choices I make? That's a good one. These are all questions that will create a billion different outcomes, and it is so very important, human, to experience what your truth feels like and how you can trust your own truth, or your own allowing. Allowing in this way is much more than a conscious conceptual decision to allow or to surrender. There is much more to be said about this union of conscious intention of the mind with the infinite intelligence of the cells and their respective groups or structures. What we have seen many of you allocating supplies and information for you to base your decisions off of, and we must say that while the time and space for ingesting data through the logical mind can be useful, the act of using what you already have dormant within you is the name of the game. You cannot store this amalgamation of knowledge in databases and storage banks in your mind to use for later in life while you remain sitting on your behind and constantly absorbed in your studies and useless collecting of trivial data and, quite frankly, incomplete and incorrect data. Now is the time, human, to apply what you already know, what you already feel, to take action in authority of what you want to do, accomplish, and resolve. This, of course, means that you must have an idea or some semblance of what it is you want. You have to be intentional. Silly humans. It is no longer a matter of you thinking how or where or when you can devise a drawn-out plan of what is necessary for you to go about accomplishing these tasks. That's the past. It's not quantum. It's not now. It's not entanglement. Now is about getting off of your hind ends and doing the work that you are impassioned to do. So it's not the work that we don't want to do. It's the work that we need to do. The work that is going to help us grow and is going to help us feel alive. So, this is as far-reaching as the combinations on your own calculator devices. You must, as a species and as individuals, own your responsibility and hold yourself accountable for your own experience of reality. Author's note. This means being honest with yourself. This means also searching for the answer that is within you when you do not know the best result or action to take. For the act of seeking within yourself and your own abilities is the very nature of the adept. This fundamental paradigm of what is truth and what is not is being tested and challenged during this window in your current now, in relation to where your Earth is in time, in space to your galaxy. The mastering of your own ability to figure out your own questions and live a life of empowered trust in yourself can send you on a path of transformation that is light years beyond any comprehension of what is real and possible. Intuition is not something you have to listen to in long meditation sessions and through extensive self-work. Although these practices will furnish you with a clear communication and stillness to hear the resounding voice of truth, even with the incursion of the logical assumptions in what truth is and sounds like. Intuition is a modus operandi that occurs instantaneously and is not involved with this business of the rational cognitive mind that has to figure things out with mechanics, relativity, and underlying principles. Intuition is the keen ability to tap into what probability is best for you and the expanse of your many incarnations. And of course, this does not mean that all of your intuitive hints and stimulus is going to be good or enjoyable. This is especially true when just beginning to exercise this ability, because you must learn how to penetrate through the many quick thought forms that rush through the passageways of the mind and have the faculty to know what thought is the one to grab a hold of and is the true sound frequency of your higher and true self. It is a survival mechanism that we must as humans adapt to so that we can traverse this turbulent information age that is rendering our mental processes numb and looking for a rest with the latest meme or the distraction, so that we can take our own awareness off of the constant trove of frequencies pummeling the energy field of the human as well as the earth, as above so below. I think that last section was supposed to be my author's note, but it's hard for me to distinguish sometimes. Anyway, everything you encounter in your day-to-day life is a direct communication to your many information systems of your body, whether it be subconscious, the conscious awareness, or the energy field of the body. These nudges or desires that may seemingly appear to be only arbitrary thoughts are always occurring with the purpose for you to discern your own personal reality that you may not rationally be privy to. With your rational mind, you may not know about your subconscious and whatnot. These intuitive hits can range any phenomenon from astrology, psychology, science, medicine, tarot cards, religious ideology, and so on. They mean here that the things that interest you are going to lead you to developing intuitive gifts. Future, past incarnations and versions of yourself, your desires and the things that interest you they interest you for a reason, essentially. So, without getting too much into that, I will go on. It can even be things that may be perceived as bad, negative, or taboo. The trick is to quickly and succinctly take the information that you discovered through experience and to apply it directly in a meaningful way to your life and potentially others' lives. This part is where the wiggle room for your own possibility can take shape. This is the very essence of your creator ability. If you do not use the resources that are given to you in your chosen reality, however conscious or unconscious that is, you will not create and use what the life force energy has yielded to you in direct response to your personal call, or in other words, the energetic signature that you display, emit, and the belief systems that are operating in your life. It is simple to understand this cause and effect symptom of your reality. It is absolutely necessary for you to harness this principle and apply it to your own unique expression for the optimization of your divine blueprint and overall purpose here on earth, which, by the way, your purpose is for many reasons and is interconnected with many probabilities. And I also like to note here we're feeling the energies and entanglement of the future of the age of Aquarius, and many astrologers don't agree on when the age of Aquarius has begun or will begin, but essentially we are in the age of Aquarius, and the positive traits of Aquarius are very Um, they are contributions, and when we contribute to our society and our connection with others, for instance, the YouTube or Facebook or Snapchat or whatever, that's our contribution to people, and that's a part of the age of Aquarius. So we got to get on board, and we got to all be creators. We got to be content creators and turn this stuff out that we're receiving from the ethereal energy that's bombarding us. And that is, Aquarius is electricity. Aquarius is innovative and rebellious, and so you're rebelling against the old you that didn't serve you, all those beliefs, and you are incorporating this new, innovative, more efficient and optimized kind of version of yourself in the age of Aquarius. And that goes far beyond metaphysically and in the real world. And every single piece of environmental stimuli is designed to give you what you need. You must approach this outward environment as a direct response to your current energetic imprint and signature. This is all framework here, framework to see your reality, and this is fundamental framework for you to be a conscious creator. And the Pleiadians are expressing this through giving you a positive outlook on life, kind of. Anyway, it is imperative to be consciously aware of your every motive, intention, action, and word, and to be very attentive of your own thoughts that you connect as with a conscious choice of identifying with. Let's explain. What your mind has is the ability to function and process higher frequencies that are penetrating the energetic field of your human body. This field is infinite in its entanglement to all of space-time. However, your direct level of operational capacity is roughly 12 feet in diameter of your persons. Within this field, you experience mental, emotional, and bodily stimuli, muscular stimuli, that are incapable of your current form of understanding and processing all of the environmental data that you are subject to at any given moment. Why you haven't understood this information in your conscious awareness is because the nature of the stimuli is directly interfacing with your DNA code, which some of you may know is majorly disenfranchised and deactivated, proven by science, like that we have 90 something percent junk DNA. Well, it's not all junk, it's there for a reason. Anyway, which some of this is by intelligent intervention. Every moment you become more in tune with your own individual essence and the nature of your program on your planetary sphere, the more you unlock within your DNA capacity. This is a feat for the courageous and adept that are willing to face the mystery and uncertainty of their own conscious ability to understand the information and bodily stimuli that you may receive, and then to directly apply that which is your intuitive knowing to your action ability. Information must be transmuted to optimize the level of your awareness through this recognition process. Data is implemented first into the unconscious awareness, then it can be further processed by the sophisticated procedures of the subconscious, where it can finally filter through and arrive in your conscious awareness for the data to be assimilated and used. And your conscious awareness is like your ideas, your thoughts, your the tangible things that you can actually do something about and take action on. This takes form in the act of creating and interacting or interfacing the data, so to speak. The amazing biological technology of your DNA and 3D design is all you need in order to be successful in your incarnation. The dedicated hardware of the body is the prime form of the human, and it must be mastered to its full potential through the incomprehensible organizing principles in its own elemental design. Back to the basics, people. Back to simple living and slowing down. Very important. Slow down. Slow down. Turn on your DNA. On. Yes. So I will just check the time here. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all we had time for today. So thanks for watching. And if you stuck all the way through this video, I commend you because these are long videos with dense information. So thank you. And please talk to me. I want to hear from you. So I'm excited to get talking with you guys. Ciao.